So we just celebrated Doge Day 420, and the price has been coming down since that day, down about 30% or so. And based on this price action right here, is Dogecoin going to continue its way to the moon? A lot of investors have came in the past few months. A lot of investors are wondering how high this will go. Will it eventually hit $1? It's looking like it is potentially finding a bottom now. And if price does find support here on this moving average, and then I'm seeing a bounce here towards all-time highs and even higher than that. So right now it does look like a buy the dip opportunity. Happy belated Doge Day 420. Welcome to Currency.com's channel, or welcome back to Currency.com's channel with your host John at Real John Doe on Twitter, or search John Doge on Twitter is how you can find me with my guest here, Cisco. And today I'm going to give you guys an update on Dogecoin, covering the usual support and resistance levels. We'll talk about a little bit of the latest news, such as Doge Day and what it was for Dogecoin. I'll also give you the trader sentiment right now, and also some new price targets to have a look at for Dogecoin's price to continue to the upside towards the moon, or possibly, if you're looking to buy the dip, some prices that you might want to keep your eye on. And since I will be helping you guys out with this video, giving you an update, I'd appreciate it if you could take a quick second right now to hit that thumbs up button on this video. Also, if you want to stay tuned to our channel and see more videos that we do post, as you can see here, we do keep you guys updated on the top cryptos. Then also smash that subscribe button and also ring that bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. We are becoming one of the best Dogecoin sources on YouTube, giving you guys news, price action, price targets, support, resistance, all that good stuff, straight facts with no hype. And a quick thing before we get started, here on Currency.com, the trader's sentiment for Dogecoin, it is the most traded right now, right on top of the list, but it's showing 93% buyers, 7% sellers, with price sitting right at support and the low of the day. So we could be getting a bounce by the time this video is posted, or maybe not, maybe sometime later in the day or later this week. All right, so I got support and resistance levels for you guys, but this time these are short-term support and resistance levels, because for this update, I am looking at a smaller time frame chart. First support is right at about 28.5 cents. And at the time of recording right now, that's pretty much right where the price is sitting. But if this support does break, then I'm looking at about 27 cents. And that is the final one, which is the 200 period moving average on the 1 hour chart. If that breaks, things may not look good, but another buy the dip range that you could be looking at is right at about 22 cents. And that was the breakout support that we had earlier in April. But resistance levels are things that we're going to want to keep an eye on if we want things to continue to the upside. And that 30-cent range is the next important level. It is pretty much a psychological resistance level. And also on the 1 hour chart, it is right between that 21 and the 50 period moving average. Price can flip that into support and continue up. Then we're looking at 35 cents, which would give us a test to all-time high for Dogecoin, right up there at about 40 cents, which is that last resistance level, all-time high. We break past there, then Dogecoin continuing up to the moon and price discovery. So what was Doge Day? Doge Day was on April 20th. It was a day kind of for investors to try to push Dogecoin price even higher. It didn't really work out as planned, as I showed you in the chart earlier. It did come down quite deeply, about 30% now, which makes it a buy to dip opportunity in my opinion. Because if there is still more to come for Dogecoin, right now it's still in a bull market, it still will trend upwards, and these dips that come down are just times that price will build a higher support and buyers will come in. And majority of holders right now are aiming at $1 and even further than that. But I think if we do reach that target, things will get even further than that. And with more and more investors coming in and joining the Dogecoin army, it is possible that it will remain a top 5 crypto next to things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Could be only for the bull run, but I guess we will find out when we have another bear market for the cryptos. But right now, let's have a look at Dogecoin's chart and see what the short term is looking like. All right, so let's talk about the recent price action here in the short term. I'm looking at the 1 hour chart right now. I usually cover the daily or the 4 hour chart, but this is just a quick update to give you guys on what has been happening since Doge Day here, where the price did come down on a deep correction. So we did have that run up towards all-time high at about 45 cents. Price did come down to these moving averages support. As I mentioned, we do have that 25-cent support range, which is the breakout support level. And that is roughly where the price is going to test right now, where it did break down since Doge Day about 30% or so. And that 30% correction is a good amount for a buy to dip or a bounce towards the upside to test those highs again. So I'm going to talk about which price targets I'm looking at in a minute here in this video. But first, let me give you my bullish and my bearish forecast for the short term. But for bearish, I'm more leaning towards a buy the dip forecast because I don't think the trend is over yet. Okay, so on the short term here for Dogecoin, you can see price is right at support right now. We could test the lows a little bit more and go below this moving average line, but still this whole zone here, I'm looking at a buy to dip opportunity as long as we don't get a daily close below 25 cents. And that would mean in the short term, I'm expecting some consolidation in this range, giving us a higher low compared to before where we did test the highs. And then finally a push up, first testing this first resistance level at about 35 cents and then 40 cents, possible rejection there, and then a breakout. We also could have a breakout where the price doesn't even head down towards those lows, and we do start heading up here with a nice bounce to test those highs once again up towards 35, then 40 cents, and then a breakout to a new all-time high. And in terms of buying the dip, as I mentioned, the current range that we're in right now is a good range. Anything above that 25 cent level, as long as we don't get a daily close there. But let's say price does head down there, then the next level I'm looking at is all the way down here, close to about 20 cents, which would be a psychological support level. And that's where I would look for the next major buy to dip range to be, with still price targets towards the upside. And speaking of price targets, those resistance levels that I mentioned earlier in this video are pretty much my price targets for the short term. First one is here right around this 21 and 50 period moving average, around the 30 cent range, the 35 cent. And if we can flip that into support, and then I'm looking at right at about 38 cents. And then the next level, I'm looking at Dogecoin to break right through previous highs and make it to a new all-time high. And if we make it to that new all-time high right before the end of the month, that's when I'll come back and look at the daily chart and come up with new price targets for the long term. And for the downside price targets or buy to dip ranges, like I mentioned, this 25 cent is where I'm looking to hold. So I'm looking at that level as a target. But if that breaks, then I'm looking down here at about 20 cents. And then the next target after that, if you look back, there's not a lot of support because we did have a massive breakout. Next level is right at about 18 cents. And then a major spot to hold would be down here at about 15 cents for Dogecoin. So right now, looking at this chart on the hourly, I am bullish, looking for things to reverse at this current level. Let me look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is also sitting right on the 50 period moving average support. Also is exactly where you look for a bounce in a bull market. And this is indicating that it is a healthy correction because it is the first time it's touched the 50 period moving average support since the whole breakout towards new all-time highs. So this is a healthy correction, something that is supposed to happen in uptrends. And last but not least, let's have a look at the indicators right now, see what the indicator sentiment is showing right now. Look at that RSI. That is a really good confirmation on where we are at right now in terms of price action. Look at that. The RSI is down towards that 40 level. It's the first time the RSI has been this low now since about March. And also the willing percent range, it did look like it found a bottom and it's starting to reverse, indicating that momentum is oversold right now and price is also sitting right on support. So those are very good things. We got the price sitting on support. We got RSI towards oversold at the lowest level in about a month now. And we also got the willing percent are down towards oversold and starting to reverse momentum towards the buying side, meaning the current level we are at right now, we could expect something to reverse towards the upside. If not, then that means the RSI is going to go even lower into oversold, potentially below 30, and the willing percent range will go even lower, right back down to minus 100. If that lines up with that 25 cent range, or even further than that, that is a major buy to dip spot, because if that does not get bought up and that breaks, then things will be looking ugly for Dogecoin. I don't think that's happening though. Dogecoin to the moon. $1 coming, but only if price continues to trend to the upside and these dips that we keep getting get bought up and push price to newer highs and we continue on. Price will work out and eventually make it up to $1. That is all for this week's Dogecoin update. I'll see you guys again next week where we will have some new analysis for you guys. If you haven't seen the videos we posted this week, make sure you go back to our channel and check those out because we did also post some tips to help you guys out with your trading. But I hope to see you guys again next time. It's John with Currency.com. For more trading videos just like this, please subscribe to our channel.